Good morning. Hope you are having a fabulous day today. It is beautiful outside right now and I am wishing it was warm enough to actually be outside. But anyways, let's get into what I want to talk about today. Today, I want to talk about menu planning. Now, meal planning isn't something that I really enjoy, but now that I have a system down for it, it has made life so much easier. And I thought I would share it with you in case you're looking for something that is easy to follow and not too complicated. So basically for my meal planning, I have set up a 3-week rotation. So I have 3 weeks of 7 meals all figured out. So when I am ready to go shopping, I will get out the list. I will write down all the ingredients I need for week number 1, go to the grocery store, and then I have everything I need. And then the next week, I'll take everything off of list number 2 and do the same thing, and then the same thing for week number 3. Hopefully that makes sense. And so, the very first thing that I did when I started to make this meal plan was go through my recipe book and list out every meal that my family liked, making sure that each family member had 2 meals on the list that they absolutely loved. That way, everyone gets a mix of what they like. The next thing I did was make sure that each meal was, I had a good healthy balance of kid-friendly meals versus adult-friendly meals, because my husband would eat meals every single day with like a whole bunch of meat in it, and the kids and I, we don't really care about that quite so much. So the balance right there is a good thing to have. And the next thing I made sure to do was balance the cost of each meal, because some are higher in price and some are lower in price, so then I have a good balance of high cost meals and low cost meals. So then when I'm putting the meals into 1 week segments, I don't have 1 week that's really, really expensive and the other weeks are, not so much. So there's a balance there also. So let me get out my list and I will show you how I went about, making my meal plan. Okay, so here is my recipe book. It's basically just a 1-inch binder, and I have added inside tabs for all the different recipes that I have. I've got like bread, breakfast, snacks, drinks, salads, and so on and so forth. And then on the inside, I have put recipes that I am planning to try. And then the recipes that I have are just in these plastic sheet protectors. Okay, so the very first page of my book is my list of meals for the family, and I have broken them down into different categories. I just used a plain piece of paper, lined paper, added some boxes, and then listed out the different meals by category. So I've got a pasta category, a chicken, a beef, a pork, and a miscellaneous. And then down at the bottom, I also listed out some of our favorite sides. That just helps me later on when I'm planning. Because my meal plan does not include sides, I just added the sides down at the bottom just for something, for a visual, I guess. So anyways, so this was the first thing that I did. I listed out all the meals that I wanted to use, and then you can see also that I put the approximate amount of each meal next to the listing. That way, when I was making my meal plan, I could kind of balance, the cost of meals themselves. So, the next thing I did was make another graph paper, I guess, and I have 3 weeks, week number 1, week number 2, and week number 3, and then each week has 7 boxes. So from that list of meals that I had previously made, I started filling in the boxes, making sure that each week had at least 1 chicken recipe, 1 beef recipe, so on and so forth. Once all those were taken care of, I filled in the rest of the boxes with, I had breakfast meal each week, that sort of thing. And I just filled in the rest of the boxes, making sure as I was doing this that I was balancing kid-friendly meals with adult meals, and then making sure that my prices were basically about the same also. So each week the price of all the ingredients is not crazy expensive one week and then really cheap the next. So they're all pretty balanced. Alright, so in week number 1, we have lasagna, pork loin, or pork chops. Here you can see that I gave myself an option. Still, it's in the pork family, but I could pick either the pork loin to have or the pork chops. Then we have Alfredo, chicken enchiladas, toasted sandwiches or hoagies, pizza, and pancakes. And then week number 2, we have tacos, spaghetti, beef stroganoff, hamburgers, or patty melts. Then fried rice and chicken, baked chicken or pot pies, BLTs, salads or quesadillas, and then quiche or omelet or eggs and bacon. And then week number 3 is meatloaf or meatballs, baked ziti, beef roast, steaks or Irish stew, mac and cheese with hot dogs or hot dog surprise, garlic parmesan pasta or a new recipe that I want to try, pizza, hoagies or toasted sandwiches, and French toast. Now you might have noticed that pizzas, hoagies, and toasted sandwiches were listed over here, but they are a family favorite, so I thought I'd throw that in there again. So basically, that is my 3-week rotation. So now when it's time to go grocery shopping, I get out my book and I look at what's listed for the first week, and I put everything on this list onto my shopping list. And then the next week, I'll do the same thing with week 2, and then the following week, I'll do the same thing with week 3. When week 3 is over, I start back at week number 1. And I really like this system. It takes the stress out of meal planning for me for sure. And then, you know, each week I can pick and choose between this list of what I'm going to make each day. And normally I figure that out in the beginning of the week. I figure out which days we're going to need to make a quick meal, and then I just kind of plop them into whatever day I need them. Alright, so that is my meal plan. Hopefully it was helpful. I often wonder if I explain things correctly. Like in my head it sounds right, but when I say it out loud maybe it's not. I don't know. Anyways, if you have any questions, please leave a comment below and I will make sure that I answer it for you and hopefully clear up any confusion. So thank you so much for stopping by today. I appreciate it so much, and if you would like, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.